Okay guys, what's up? So, another pawn shop finds video, but this one's going to be a lot more choppy. Just because the weather here lately has been kind of all over the place. As you see, I'm in a t-shirt right now. 3 days ago, I was in 2 jackets. And the last couple days, it's been raining on and off. And actually, I got up today, and I said I was going to make the video. And in the whole course of me trying to make the video, it has rained. It's just, nice rain, drizzled, and then just a complete torrential downpour all in the course of like 4 hours. So, you see it's really cloudy out. It's actually only like 2 o'clock right now. And usually like right now it's pretty nice filming weather. You can see this is actually where I usually shoot. And I'm usually shielding from the sun because I can't, the sun's usually right there. But anyway, I would have been shooting right now, but rain, on and off rain. And I have this one cow down here who is dead in where I shoot. Like you can literally see my little lane of fire, so I can't shoot until she moves. The calves know what to do, but I got her and I got some on the hill, so it's going to be a choppy video. It might take me 3 or 4 days to shoot this whole thing, but anyway, I got a new, I can't quite say it's new, because I've actually had this pawn shop find here for coming up 2 years, 2.5 years now, really. This, as you see, it's another little Handi rifle. This isn't an H&R. This is actually a New England, which is cool because you have Handi rifles. You have ones made by H&R, and then ones made by New England. Which is, but they're all the same. It's weird, but anyhow, I was in the pawn shop 2 years ago, walking around, and that's kind of when my addiction to these things started. And I saw it, and it looked a little different. It was a little shorter, and I asked what it was, and they said it was a 22 Hornet, as you guys can see right there, 22 Hornet. Now I knew a little bit about the 22 Hornet. I knew it was basically a reloadable 22 Magnum, and again, this was right when the big ammo scare happened, and I couldn't find any 22 ammo, so I saw this thing, and I knew it was a reloadable 22 cal. That was a real small little sucker, and I was like, this would be an awesome standby. This would be an awesome replacement for 22, because I know you can load it up past 22 velocities, but you can load it down below 22 velocities. So you can also shoot cast in it. So I was like, as long as I have primers and I have at least a pound of powder, I'd be able to do everything a 22 can do and reload with it with a little bit of cost added. So I thought this was a really cool little versatile deal, and so I picked it up. And I proceeded not to mess with it for close to 2 years. I took the crappy scope off. It came with like a like some Nikon, not even a Nikon. I think it was a Barska, some old little 4x32 crappy thing. I'm pretty sure this was a coon hunter's gun, because it's been kept in pretty good condition. Not a lot of rust. Has a nice little rear sight there, nice little front sight. But it's got some scratches, some dings on it. But the deal is, 22 Hornet isn't super common in Mississippi, so I don't know. It just when I got it, it gave off coon hunter vibes really hard. So, but anyway, I got it for I think it was like 230, 250 bucks. Really good deal. Almost what you used to get them for. But yeah, anyway, I got her, and just like all H&Rs, it comes with the you have the transfer bar safety system in it, which I freaking hate. I mean, I get it, it's a really safe system, but it gives you a factory, like 6-pound freaking trigger, and I hate it. So, after we do our first shots, like we do with all our pawn shop finds, I want to get rid of that, just like we did with the Ultra Varmint. And by the way, we really need to go back and look at the Ultra Varmint, because I've done a lot to it, and I've got that thing shooting a lot better. But it's a quirky gun per se. So yeah. So yeah, anyway, I'm just trying to shoot this little intro here and show you guys the base form of it. This is its base form. I have to do 1 or 2 little things to it, before we're able to shoot it, just because mounting a scope on these is kind of a pain. So I want to change the scope rail. I want to put kind of a big chunker scope on it, because I don't really have any rings that fit the smaller scopes I have, and finding rings that fit this is kind of a pain. I'm also going to put a cheek riser on here because again, I'm a smaller dude. I'm 5'1", so what most people find comfortable, they don't have to have a cheek riser for. I really need a cheek riser for. Also need my scopes further back for me, because again, smaller dude. But yeah, anyway, that was probably, what, 10 minutes of me babbling on. So yeah, just want to give you guys an overview. Hopefully I put in some decent B-roll while I was talking. And yeah, that's our 22 Hornet, little NEF H&R handy rifle. So you guys stick around. Hopefully we'll be able to shoot one day this week, month possibly. Like, I'm trying to shoot B-roll here for a gun that's perfect for squirrels. And just over here past my yard, one of my pet fox squirrels just decides to get on in the back side of the video. Tell you, man, they're lucky I don't want to shoot them. So, back up at the range. Actually, did a range trip for once, and I'm by myself, which is awesome. And there's actually a lot of good centerfire brass on the ground. What is that? We got some of that Israeli 7.62 by 51, and saw some 35 Whalen over there. Got some pistol brass. Actually, there's some 30-06. A little dinged up, but some Lake City 69 head, 68 head stamp 30-06. I've been needing 30-06 brass, so besides being able to test, and the range isn't totally horrible today, got some brass, so that's pretty good. That's cool. Alright, everybody, so we're finally going to shoot this thing. Now, before I start, I actually did shoot this already. I'm probably just going to show y'all the initial first shots, but the problem was range right now. I'm at the range from my last video, me picking up brass, and it's a public range, and the deal is, it seems every time I try and film here, somebody else ends up coming up, and it's not a very conducive place to do YouTube videos. Not to mention, I'm kind of shy filming around other people and talking to the camera. So, yeah, I had set up here, and I did my first couple of shots. Before I did my first couple of shots, some guys that came up here, and they were really nice dudes and everything. It's just, when they came up here, I put this camera away, and I just did the target camera for the first 5 shots. But, yeah, so anyway, with that being said, we're out here. We're at 50 yards. And as you see, the Hornet, our little handy rifle, is a little different than the last time I showed y'all. Just to go over what we did. So, on top, we're rocking a Mueller 8-24, I think. No, 8-32, my bad. 8-32 target scope. Very nice scope, just a little big. I already had a lot of people joking on me because it's a big chunk in scope, guys. And with the 4-inch sunshade, which I took off, it would have been out to here. But kind of the only scope I have just floating around. Great scope though, I love it. We also put in a different rail. This is a EGW Picatinny rail, and I like it, but I also hate it just because it's a lighter rail, and as you see, it has this gap right here, so if you're not careful, it will flex a little bit and throw your zero off. The other rails that you can get for these, the ones that they come with, are much thicker. I don't feel you get those problems with flexing. But the problem is, they only have maybe 1 or 2 Weaver slots instead of these multiple Picatinny slots. So it's very hard for me to get a scope set up the way I need to for me to shoot it comfortably. What can you do? But yeah, so got that fixed on here. Also got a nice little Amazon cheek riser. I love a good cheek riser. I don't like floating my head. I hate floating. I love a good solid cheek welt. As far as ammo, we are shooting 45 grain PPU soft point. This is actually the only 22 Hornet ammo I could find locally, and I'm so happy I reloaded because this crap ain't cheap. It was $42 after tax for 50 rounds, and yeah, yeah, no. After I shoot after I shoot 200 rounds of this, I would have had enough money for dyes, powder, hell, even a mold. So yeah, happy I reloaded. But anyway, I bore sighted this little sucker at 25, and it's actually pretty dead on. This is the target we shot. That is a 2-inch sticky. You guys know I love my stickies. But it's actually pretty much dead on at 5 rounds. It's just the trigger is... Oh. So yeah, anyhow, that's the rundown. I'm by myself now. Now we can shoot. Got my Caldwell Rock BR. Got a my classic little sandbag I found in actually this trash can behind me a couple years ago. I don't know where I put my leather one at, but I actually kind of like this one a little more. So let me make sure the target camera's going, and we're going to shoot. All right, guys, target cam is in full effect. This cam is in full effect. Actually, let me double check. All right, yeah. Both cams are in full effect. So, yeah, I've only shot 5 rounds out of this, but now we can do a semi-genuine first reaction. So, again, here's the round. I'm probably going to do a little close-up of it. It's like a little baby 30-30. It's adorable. But, next to no recoil. And I'm actually going to shoot this first round without ear pro because I kind of like knowing how loud the guns are. Because I've only ever shot this with ear protection. So, here we go. I got a nice solid rest here. All right. This is our first shots with our little handy Pawnshop find here. God, this trigger, man. All right, let's go. Ow. Ouch. Ouchie. I tell you, without ear protection, it kind of makes the crappy trigger not as bad because when your ears are ringing, you can't really think about, wow, that was a horrible trigger. Okay, so that one shot a little high. I did readjust the scope from our last 0, and I think I tweaked it a little too much. And unlike my Ultra Varmint, this thing's ejector works, and I actually don't like it because it slings brass. But, yeah. So I might go in here and modify the ejector so it just, with my Ultra Varmint, put that down. With my Ultra Varmint, I shoot, I lift up, and it just slides out so I can pick it up. With this, it slings the brass, so I like to keep my brass, and in a field setting, something that just slings brass is probably not conducive to my needs. Alright, so ear pro this time. See if we can shoot a decent group. All right. That was 2. That was 3. And I'm very curious if this gun is going to suffer from the Handi curse. And the Handi curse, what I learned, that's what I'm dubbing it, is a lot of Handi rifles have this deal of they will shoot good groups, but they shoot a good weird group. Like if you shoot 3 rounds, 2 will be touching and 1 will just be off to the side, will be off a 1/4 inch by itself. You shoot a 5-round group, you'll have 3 touching, and then you have 2 groups touching, and it'll be a 1/4 inch off somewhere by themselves. It's a very strange deal. And at first I thought it was just me with my ultra varmint, but as I talk to people, apparently it's just something a lot of Handi rifles and a lot of H&Rs and NEFs, they just freaking do. And it's weird, but I mean, all in good hunting accuracy, but if you're somebody like me. Alright. 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 That is 5 rounds at 50 yards. Let's go take a look at that. Actually, I mean, I'm probably just gonna do my little deal where I take a picture and it gives you an MOA or whatever, but take my shades off. It's getting a little dark out here. Just from what I'm seeing, I'm on 16 power. I'll zoom in to 32 so I can really look at it. Ew. Yep, that's a 2-inch sticky. Looks like I have 2. It's like I have 2 of them within an inch group, and then I have 2 more just don't. And I'll tell you guys, these things are a little different to shoot because your dwell time is very long with one of these. So what dwell time is from the time the trigger is engaged, meaning that you pull it, to the time that the gun fires. Now, dwell time means a lot because the longer your dwell time is, that's the longer you can like twitch or move. Your heart can move the reticle. So while this thing is falling, if I make any movements to this gun, I can really drastically mess my group up. So that's dwell time for you. That paired with this really heavy glass break trigger, if you are not on your A game, kind of hard to make a good group. So I'm finna go put another sticky down there. Again, we're at 50. We're pretty much zeroed in. I feel we're pretty well zeroed in. Let me see if I can shoot something a little better without talking. So be right back. Alright, so I went down there and put another sticky real quick. Lower left hand side. I feel we're zeroed. I feel that's just, it's grouping the way it's grouping because of me and not being used to this heavy trigger and the whole dwell time thing I was talking about. So I'm gonna try and get my gun. There you go. Lock everything down. Now I'm just going to try and shoot a good group, not going to talk. Whatever. Alright, 5 rounds, lower left hand corner, target, 2-inch sticky. Whew, okay. Whew. I'll tell you guys, that is, this gun is a little difficult to shoot, I'm telling you, because you're on it, and this trigger, when I say this is a single stage trigger from hell, because you're pressing, you're pressing, you're pressing, you're pressing, you're pressing, and then it just breaks. Like not, I hear people talk all about how they like a glass break trigger. They want like a piece of glass that's breaking, which is fine. Just not when it's like 6 freaking pounds, because when it breaks, you're going full force to the back of that to the back, and when you hit it, you got 5 pounds of pressure coming back, and you can move that gun a little bit. This was actually not as bad as my Ultra Varmint, but still, I don't like it. I don't like that heavy trigger. But anyway, yeah, looks like this one might be a Handi curse too. It might be the ammo. I don't know. I only have one kind to try out until we start hand loading for it. But let's go down there and get the target and see. Everybody, so here's our target. As you see, again, we're using a 2-inch sticky. This was at 50 yards. And I did 50 yards because after talking to a lot of people, there's 2 categories. There's people who feel this is a good varmint cartridge for, 25 to 75 tops, maybe 100. And then there's people who feel it's from 50 to 200. Especially my UK guys. My UK buddies really think this is a good 200-yard varmint cartridge. So I'm zeroing in at 50. So yeah, but yeah, this is our group. That's a 2-inch sticky. And as you see, this is the Handi thing I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 to the, just 2 off. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 off. And there's no real rhyme or reason to it. That's just something Handi rifles do, and I still don't really understand it. Some people say it's due to the barrel heating up. Some people say it's this. Some people say it's that. It's just something the Handis do. Again, and it might be the ammo. I know with my 22, I have a 22 Versapack, which is made by NEF, same company, basically same gun. It doesn't do this. It just shoots really good, and maybe it's because it's small caliber, doesn't heat up. I don't know, but yeah. So there's a target. I'm going to probably do the little whatchamacallit and then post what the actual group size is, but we're like 2 inches, 1.5 inches, something like that. But yeah. So initial thoughts, not horrible, but not great. I really wish I had my Ultra Varmint stock, because I have small hands, and that Ultra Varmint stock, that thumb hole stock, even though I don't use the thumb hole, I use it more like a pistol grip type deal. It just positions my hand so much better. But as a utilitarian gun, I feel once I do a little work to it, it's gonna be a great little woods walker. So yeah. I do have parts to change the trigger, so I can in turn get a lower trigger pull. That's the main thing. I'm going to do an O-ring trick, and then we'll try some more stuff, try the ammo again, and hopefully we can get some better groups, and then we can start hand loading. So there you go, guys. Another Pawnshop find. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry for the choppiness of the video. I'm trying, but yeah. You guys, hope you guys enjoy. And again, I read all the comments. Sorry I don't respond. That's my bad. It's completely me. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are following on Trapperman, and I got a couple places I'm doing a thread on about this. But yeah, you guys follow along, and I hope you guys enjoy. Y'all take it easy.